My name is Sean Canning, and I am going to be working on the distinction of people or our story making machines. So, I feel that stories are such an interesting aspect of how we assess the world around us, especially from my experience with child development and the understanding of reflection being such an important part of learning. In fact, much of what we experience as toddlers is the beginning of our neural pathways getting kickstarted by certain neurons known as mirror neurons. And these mirror neurons, essentially, because we're developing language, we're developing all these ways to experience being in a body for the first time. Our brain essentially is geared to receive information wirelessly from other brains. And the way it does it is when it sees someone else is happy, or it sees someone else is sad, or sees someone else doing something, it's just taking it all in. And through this taking in process, we begin to copy the world around us. And through this copying, we begin to grow and develop our bodies and our ability to create relationships with those around us, including our relationship with our own body. Learning how to lift our hand, learning how to lift our foot, learning how to walk eventually. And this is all part of evolution. And yet, as we develop, it's interesting because this aspect of reflection can have what seems to be also this ample what is it that turns a story into something that is trying to protect us from the world, and then in so making us smaller. Eventually we come up with these stories of the river being too dangerous. I mean, some are important, to not take unnecessary risks. But there's also a certain level where we end up not knowing what we're capable of, or what is the truth, because the story seems so much more believable, or it's easier to believe the story than it is to simply maybe observe deeply and learn from the environment that we're in through questions or through testing it with physics, with rock, with stick, to really find out if our stories are our intuition or something all else entirely. And that is how people are story making machines. And I look forward to next chat.